Hi, my name is Luellen. I'm the Vice President of Laboratory Director Services here at Lighthouse Lab Services. I'm looking forward to presenting a great topic of discussion at the upcoming Executive War College in late April 2022. My topic is how to recruit and retain successfully a qualified lab director and/or pathologist during the Great Resignation. Currently, we're seeing a record number of individuals leave their jobs. A lot of people have called this the Great Resignation, and laboratories and pathology groups are certainly not immune to this. It's become harder and harder to recruit and also retain qualified laboratory directors and pathologists during this time especially. Some of the factors that are impacting the current market and the supply-demand of pathologists and lab directors include a record number of individuals retiring, whether that is early or they're choosing to make that decision for their career at this point. Other factors include fewer applicants, which trickles down to fewer graduates of residency programs for pathology and those seeking then fellowships for PhDs that would qualify you as a lab director as well. And in addition to that, both PhDs and pathologists are choosing to take more specialized paths, whether that be through more individualized, specialized training through fellowships or additional residency programs. But we're seeing a lot of people just choose a very specific path, a very specific specialty, and wanting to really dive into that, which is impacting the number of individuals who are qualified to oversee laboratories and pathology groups that offer a variety of services to their patients. So as these factors continue to unfold, it creates this vacuum effect of supply-demand problem of lab directors and pathologists, and we have some tips for you in how to go about recruiting and retaining those individuals so that your pathology group and your laboratory can ultimately be successful. The biggest tip I can offer our clients and people in general as you are looking to recruit a qualified lab director and pathologist, or just your lab staff in general, is flexibility. Frankly, a lot of people revisited what they are looking for in terms of employment during the pandemic, and a lot of minds have been shifted in terms of what their job offers them, what they're looking for in an employer and in an environment, community at work, things like that. And so the opportunity really needs to be attractive in many facets to these individuals. There's a very small pool of candidates, in particular for lab directors and pathologists, who are correctly qualified. And so making your job as attractive as possible with as much flexibility, including work from home some of the time if that's possible, flexibility in terms of compensation package, and things like that can really make your job stand out ahead of your competitors. And you don't necessarily need to pay a more competitive salary or a larger salary than those who you're competing with for these great candidates. You can actually accomplish securing an individual with just a more robust compensation package, which can oftentimes include a benefit such as a bonus for meeting certain metrics or goals, which are tied to the lab or company's success and can really benefit both the employer and the employee in this scenario. But flexibility really is key as you move through considering candidates, the interview process, and extending an offer. And we can certainly help you achieve that with our great experts here at Lighthouse that keep their finger on the pulse of all the regulatory things, qualifications, etc. that you need to keep in mind as you recruit an individual like this. As we entered the COVID-19 pandemic a couple of years ago, there were some really hard and specific ways that this impacted laboratories in general. One of the ways specifically is that many labs wanted to add COVID testing to their test menu. And a lot of these labs were previously chemistry, toxicology only labs. And so branching into infectious disease was a new hurdle for them to tackle. And we have been able to successfully assist our clients with providing lab directors when their lab director was not qualified to oversee COVID testing, as they wanted to add that to your test menu, or to assist them in just bringing it in-house in general. And as we are hopefully nearing the end of the pandemic here, we're helping those clients to pivot to other infectious diseases, other types of molecular testing, and to really just have a more thorough, robust offering for their patients. And we've seen a lot of success with that. As we continue on into the new frontier of the laboratory, I think this will just continue to occur, and we are excited to help labs become successful in unique ways and tackle those problems as it pertains to lab directors and in general.